Hi everyone, we have our last example and we are going to compare and order these fractions from the greatest to the smallest. So let me write that down. I want it from the greatest, I'm going to write G, to the smallest. And I write G and S to remind myself that I want it the greatest here and the smallest there. Okay, so let's get started. To speed it up, I'm just going to start by checking all the numerators are different, all the denominators are different, so I'm going to compare to half. Now, I'm going to speed it up. If we have 8 pieces, half would be 4. But we only have 3 here, 3 eighths and 4 eighths. 3 eighths is smaller, so 3 eighths is less than half. If I have 1/3, 1 out of 3 equal parts, yeah, we only have 1 that is less than half of a cake, so that's less than half. If I have 12 pieces, half would be 6 pieces. Yep, so 6/12 is equivalent half. 5/12 is less than 6/12, so 5/12 will be less than half. Now less than half, less than half, less than half, therefore comparing to half fails. So now we are going to move on to try our last method, which is equivalent fractions, going to a common denominator, meaning we want to go to the same denominator. So let me write that down. I have 3 eighths here. Okay, and I'm going to list out the equivalent fractions of 3 eighths. The first equivalent fractions, I'm going to multiply by 2 and multiply by 2, 6 sixteenths. Okay, and I'm going to find the next equivalent fraction times 3. 3 times 3 is 9. 8 times 3 is 24. And I'm just going to stop here. Okay, I still have space to find more equivalent fractions if I want to, but let me just leave it here. Remember, equivalent fractions are the same. Therefore, we can put the equal sign. Yeah, they have the same value, just that they're given a different name. Yeah, they show the same amount, just that they are given a different name. So I have done 3 eighths. Now I'm going to try 1/3. First equivalent would be times 2 times 2. Second equivalent times 3 times 3. Now it's a long way to go if I were to reach 16 or 24, but I noticed that I can go from 3 to 24, so I'm going to skip a few and I'm going to go straight to 24. Now how does 3 go to 24? I'm going to times 8. If I times 8 in the denominator, I have to times 8 in the numerator, so I'm going to do 1 times 8, which should be 8. Okay, this is a quick way. If I can realize that 24 should be the denominator that I go to, I can go straight from 1/3 to 8/24, which are equivalent. Now we have one more, which is 5/12, and immediately I can see that 12 can also go to 24, which is incidentally the first equivalent fractions. How? Times 2. So to find equivalent, also times 2, 10, 24. Okay, so now I have 3 fractions that have the same denominator. 10, 24, 8, 24, and 9, 24. Now it's easy when all the denominators are the same. Denominator of 24 means that the whole is cut into 24 equal parts. 10 parts here, 8 parts here, and 9 parts that I have. Now it's obvious which one is the greatest fraction. Now 10/24 is the greatest among these, so 5/12 is the greatest. So let me write that down. 5/12. Okay, so this one's done. Next biggest would be 9/24, which is 3 eighths. I'm going to write 3 eighths there. And the smallest would be 8/24, which is 1/3. So I'm going to correct 1/3 there. Yeah, so in this question, we are unable to use comparing to half or the same numerators, but we have used equivalent fractions and made them into the same denominator, after which it was easy to line them up from the greatest to the smallest.